fire, y'all, making quick work of the Pacers, sweeping them. Jimmy Butler has been the leader for Miami, but yesterday it was his crew putting in work. Certainly looks like we'll have a huge matchup in the East semis if and when Giannis finishes off the Magic. NBA champion Kendrick Perkins joining us now. Perk, always good to see you, sir. Stephen A., tell me this. Think the Heat might upset the Bucks?
I think they might. I haven't watched much of the Bucks series against Orlando. That's the only series I really haven't watched. I've watched every other series except them. I wasn't interested in it, or things were going on, and I didn't have time to watch when their particular game is on. But I have watched the Heat, and although it was against the Pacers, I've been saying all year long, not as much as Kendrick Perkins has, but I've been saying all year long what a threat Miami was because of their perimeter shooting. I am a Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero fan. And, of course, I love my man Jimmy Butler. And you just see the difference. The Sixers are home because they don't have Jimmy Butler, period. If they had Jimmy Butler, this series with Boston at the very least would still be going on. They certainly would not have gotten swept. They would have been far more competitive. And they weren't, because he's a leader and he's a winner and he's tough as nails, and obviously something that would have had an impact. And he's clearly had an impact on Miami, and Adebayo's no joke as well. Kelly Olynyk has performed well at times as well this season. I just look at their perimeter shooting. I think that's the Achilles heel against Milwaukee. When you hit perimeter shots, and more importantly, you have the speed and athleticism to go out and defend their perimeter shooters, it appears to be a problem with the George Hills and especially the Eric Bledsoes of the world. The Greek Freak is nothing to play with, make no mistake about it, but I do think that Miami has a chance to beat them. I'm thinking about picking them. I haven't made that decision yet. I still got a few hours, but I'm actually thinking about picking them in this series.
I don't blame you. I think either one of these teams, under the right circumstances, can run the table. Like, either one of these teams are capable of winning a championship right now. But if you force me to pick right now, I'll say the Bucks. I know why everyone likes the Heat. Stephen A., you could go up and down that whole roster, led by Jimmy Butler, championship heart. Obviously, Dragic had another big game. You have multiple guys who can handle and create for others and get their own shot. You have multiple guys who can shoot. You mentioned them, Hero and especially Duncan Robinson, who can shoot the lights out from outside. You have multiple guys who can defend, including Iguodala, a Swiss Army knife player in Crowder. Kendrick, Perk, you brought up the Crowder. Obtaining Crowder is a key piece. Obviously, Bam playing defense and doing everything. This team is deep and excellent, has leadership. It's a good organization. Head coach with championship experience. They have everything. The Bucks have the Greek Freak. And while you can wall up against him, we've seen the blueprint, Miami's not exactly built that way. If they have a weakness, it's that they're undersized. When you look at Toronto last year, it was the best defender really of the era in Kawhi Leonard, picking him up early, and then they were walling up with Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol, 6'11", 7+, shot blocking, defenders. That's a little bit different than Miami. And so because of it, and also Middleton's come around now. And he hasn't been great, although he was great late in the game. But eventually a guy like that, you would think, given enough games, is going to start to hit his shots. Antetokounmpo told him before the last game, just shoot, just keep shooting, even if you miss. And it worked. And late in the game, he got hot. So I think because of the singular talent of the Freak and because of the match